Sex and the City is back with a 10 episode revival entitled And Just Like That. Are you excited? Some of you are not excited. Let's talk all about it. Sex and the City is coming back for a revival on HBO Max titled And Just Like That. As we know, Kim Catrell will not be back in her role as Samatha. We all love Samatha. Samatha is a fan favorite. So when people heard that Samatha wasn't coming back, and they also heard that at one point the actor that plays, I think his name is Chris North, he plays Big. One moment he said he wasn't coming back. And the actor who plays Stan, we know, passed away like about a month ago. I think he shot some videos for the revival, but he's no longer with us. What is this revival going to be like? A lot of people on these social media platforms, they'll go back and they'll talk about how bad of a friend Carrie was. How was Carrie able to afford the apartment that she lived in, or the clothes that she wore, the Manolos, and a lot of the high top fashion that, some of the things that she wore. And of course, we know it's a fictitious show. You're not supposed to think about how she's paying her rent. That's just, you're not supposed to think about that. Like, we were there for the storylines. And some of us can say, Aiden, that was her true love, or I really feel like Burger was her love. Whatever the case, people in 2021, they're going back, they're revisiting episodes, the show. They're going off based on a show that was out in the early 2000s. But we love the show. Those of us who gathered to watch the show with our drinks and our friends, we had a good time watching it and we enjoyed the show. A lot of shows have tried to duplicate the success of Sex and the City. And real talk, they're not successful. You can't duplicate that kind of magic. And we see it today with a lot of different things, from reboots to remixes. People are trying to recreate moments that Janet had or moments that Beyonce, and trying to recreate. Can we be original? Can we come up with something? Anyway, so when the pictures came out about this revival, you saw Sarah, you saw Cynthia Nixon, you saw Kristen Davis, and people were like, oh my God, they look so old. What are they wearing? The last time we saw these actresses in these roles, I think it maybe was 2009, 2010, like part 2 for the Sex and the City movie. That doesn't even count. Let's go back to 2008. When the first movie came out. Now, if we go back and look at the last movie, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember the fashions? Like when the 2008 movie came out, oh my goodness, we went crazy. The fashions in that movie were wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. But on the television show, how many times do we say, what is Carrie wearing? What does Miranda have on? We didn't love all of the looks. So when we're seeing this revival and we're seeing them in the dresses, the outfits that they're in, we're saying to ourselves, oh my goodness, what are they wearing? What are they wearing? Because it's a story. I guess 2021. The last time we saw the girls was early 2000s. You know what happens? Time happens. And when time happens, we get older. And when we get older, we don't necessarily dress the way we used to dress. Now, some of you are still running back there and trying to go back there and recreate that. Most women, though, we in the present and we're moving forward. And what we wore back then, we ain't wearing now. A lot of us back then, we were clubbing, we were in the heels. You get older, you're not clubbing. You want to be more comfortable. You want to wear more elastic, and you might not even want to wear a bra. And some of y'all like that in y'all 20s. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say anything. But What I didn't like about these pictures being released is the meanness from other women. Oh my gosh, she looks so old. Oh, they look so old. And we really must talk about this thing called aging. Number one, it happens. Aging happens to all of us. Now, some of us, and when I say us, I'm talking generally here. Some of you swear I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about you directly. Even better than what we felt back then. Some of us can put a picture side by side, and yes, we look exactly the same. But hold up. You're the 2021 version of yourself. Just like that was the 2008 version of you. Your high school version, your middle school version. This is the older you, whatever age you're at. This is your present. So you're not back in your past. And as you get older, things change. Things change physically. Our bodies change. When we have babies, our bodies change. Some women, they snap right back. Yes, they do. And I'm not talking about those who get the surgeries, or some women just snap right back. No stretch marks, boobs never sag. You never knew they had a child. We can't stand you. Okay, but it happens. It happens. Sarah Jessica Parker, like Jamie Lee Curtis, and I really can't name too many more women in Hollywood that are natural, or they're not putting all the fillers and Botox in their faces and their lips. Like, aren't you tired of seeing that? I mean, just out of curiosity, aren't you tired of seeing everyone look so perfect? Or not even perfect, just so pulled, tight. Just so when I see a Sarah Jessica Parker, when I see a Jamie Lee Curtis, when I see women that are older saying, I'm not doing all of that, I applaud them. I'm like, you look good. Vanessa, I'm like, you look good. Because this is you. This is who you are. So I think we really need to be kind of like women. The way we attack other women, we already go through enough sexism. Women of color, black women, racism. Now we're hating on other women because they're getting older.
See, right there, that don't make no sense. Even you being in
your workplace situation, someone new comes in, someone younger comes in. Oh, she's faster. Oh, she gets in more. Ageism, it happens. What we don't need to be doing is attacking one another. That's what we don't need to be doing. So as this revival comes back on television, let's check it out. Let's see what story they're going to tell. I can't watch it without Samatha. What's a Sex in the City without Samatha? Well, a lot of us aren't friends with people that we were friends with 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Doesn't mean you hate the person. You're in a different place. Whatever happened with Kim Catrell and Sarah Jessica Parker, whatever that was, it happens. Y'all know that? Y'all know that. So I think it's kind of like reality, the way they're going to tell this story. Like maybe Samatha will come back, or maybe Samatha got her character. We can't imagine, but maybe her character is like, you know what? I just want to be back in LA. I just want to, maybe it's not all about sex with Samatha. Can you imagine that? But sometimes that happens. Maybe she was at her sexual peak really, like back then. Do you want to see a 60 or a 50 or 60-year-old Samatha getting her groove on? I mean, that's still entertaining to me, because guess what? 50, 60, 70, and 80-year-olds are looking amazing, and they're getting it on. They're getting it done. They're putting that work in. They're doing those stretches. But the negativity from other women, it's just disgusting. The way we think about aging, the way we look down at other, oh my God. But then if we see someone like Madonna, and we'll see or Victoria Beckham, and we're like, oh my God, What are you doing to yourself? Oh my, it's like, damn, can I get older? Or do you want me to try to tighten it and put fillers in me, but I'm looking plastic? Which way do you want me to go? We have to stop that. We, women, we have to stop this. It's ridiculous. And I've talked about it on my channel. You know, I'm a growing social media, I'm not going to say influencer, but I have my own channel. And just how I feel like about filters. And if we all look into our camera, if you look into your camera and every last picture is with a filter, what does that say? Who is telling us that the natural us isn't good? Understandably, you don't want the dark circles to show. Okay. Maybe it's some red that's going on. You just want to drip that first little filter that just covers up the dark spot and the red spots or the hyperpigmentation. But now it's like, filter. All of this is going to just be different. The nose is smaller. The lips are smaller, but bigger and poutier. The cheekbones are up here. That's not real. And then, of course, you know how we do. We got to add the eyelashes, and we're drawing in the eyebrows, and we're contouring, and we're making the nose look smaller. And the kind of hair that we don't have, we're adding to it for the thickness or for the baby hairs. We're going to just glue those baby hairs down, and we go through a lot. Now, I'm a strong advocate for doing what makes you happy, doing what makes you feel good as women. I love to switch up my look, but at the same time, the pictures I love of myself the most are the natural pictures. There's something called natural light. Like right now, I'm using natural light. And of course, if I use the filter, it's going to smooth things out. But I'm doing this to say it's okay. Like, this is we're real. We're real. So we need to just stop being so mean. And this show is going to come on social, and people are going to be making content, and it's live. It's not like back in the day a show will come on and it's water cooler talk, or you're talking to your girlfriends at lunch or whatever. This is social media real time. Oh my God, you're ugly. Oh my God, you're getting old. Oh my God, you look so... The terminology is just ridiculous. Aging. I'm doing a whole video on that, the whole anti-aging, which is a ridiculous concept. If you want to replenish, you want to refresh, that's one thing. You can't fight aging. It's something that's just going to happen. You're going to get older. But I ain't about to be looking old and frumpy. I ain't about to, check your license. You are older. You are getting older. It doesn't mean you have to be frumpy. And if you want to be frumpy, you can be frumpy. What you need to do and tell your friends is just stop being mean to other women, especially as we get older. We set the tone. We set the trends. We're looking at stuff that our nieces, our daughters, our granddaughters are doing. Oh, baby, show me that filter. Oh, and some of us, we cutting up. We cutting up on this social media, us 40-plussers, cutting up, looking good, but cutting up. So let's show some grace for the Sex and the City revival. It's a fictitious show. It's not true. It's a show. Let's see how the story is going to play out. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll hate it. That's okay. There are some shows. You could think about some old shows. Wow, I wonder if we did a revival of Martin. Oh, if we did a reboot of Good Times. If we did a reboot. Some stuff I do feel, leave it alone. But they decided to move forward with this story. Let's see how it goes. Let's give it a chance. Let's stop being negative. Let's embrace the storytelling. If you catch yourself wanting to say something negative about the revival, about the clothes, about anything, just think it to yourself. You don't have to put it out there. So because someone else, trust me, other people will. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. So tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about the revival. Are you excited about it? Are you like, okay, they should leave well enough alone? Sex in the City without Samatha, what is that gonna be like? Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I know you hear a lot of people saying this all the time, but how can I grow if you don't like, if you don't watch, if you don't subscribe, if you don't engage? See you soon. Love, Starlet.